In this video, I shall be giving you my movie review for The Gentleman, a Guy Ritchie film. And yes, guess what? Guy Ritchie is back in top form. It's really good. Let's talk about it. Hello, my name is James and welcome to Mirror Domains. And this is a movie review for The Gentleman that IMDb is listing as 2019, but it obviously got a release here in North America in 2020, just over the last weekend. Now, I think The Gentleman did come out overseas somewhere in 2019, but let's just not talk about that and just talk about the experience overall. It's a fun little gangster movie about this guy, Matthew McConaughey, who has an empire built on cannabis, growing it and selling it, which is illegal in some countries, not my country, I can thankfully say. But it's about this guy that's trying to squirrel his way into that enterprise and make his mark, and that guy's played by Hugh Grant. And that's something that just jumps out at you right off the bat is the cast. The cast here is fairly good. As I said, it's got Matthew McConaughey, Hugh Grant, it's got Colin Farrell, Charlie Hunnam, and Michelle Dockery, and Henry Golding, who you may recognize from that movie that came out a while ago. I think it was like 2 years ago, called something about rich Asians, right? Crazy Rich Asians. Yes, that's what it's called. Yeah, I didn't mess that up. Yeah, okay, so continuing on here, I'm just going to say, the cast is great. The dialogue is great. The story, it takes a little bit of getting used to the accents, like the dialogue, the way that they're talking. It's not obviously North American English, but once you can get used to that, it's sort of like sinking into a hot tub. It's kind of like, because then you just kind of recognize what's going on. It's a little bit like, not quite like Shakespeare, but Shakespeare dialogue where it's kind of like, I'm sort of having trouble following it, and then you just kind of fall in pace with it. That's fine. The opening scene with Hugh Grant and Charlie Hunnam, Hugh Grant's doing the accent, and you're just kind of like, well, that's kind of weird. But then you kind of like it, and it goes into the story with how Matthew McConaughey is this big mogul in the industry, and people are trying to overthrow him. He wants to let go of the industry, but obviously he can't, because people will just take everything they can from him. And I like that aspect of the story. And I liked how Colin Farrell's character was in this movie too. He's one of the standouts because he's somebody who's not really a bad guy. He's kind of reluctantly a bad guy that's training these young men to fight, and they obviously get themselves into trouble, and that pretty much moves the big arc of the movie, aside from the plot with Hugh Grant, who's just kind of like this weasel who will try to lie and manipulate you, and it's just fun. It's just a fun little movie. It's not an epic masterpiece here. I, wouldn't say that it's one of the best films of the year, but for January, so far, it's going to be one of the standouts. I would totally recommend going to see it. If you haven't seen it yet in the theater, I mean, everybody's still watching 1917 and Bad Boys and such, but I would say, you need to check this one out too. Stay away from The Turning. And if you're watching this in retrospect, a couple of years from now, or like near the middle of the year towards the end of 2020, I would say that this is one that you will want to catch up on, and you will not be let down, because it is just a pleasant little ride. I gave this movie a 7.5 out of 10. I can easily give it an 8 because the acting I gave 1.5 out of 2 points, and I can easily give that 2 points because as an ensemble, it totally works, and you're just like, this is Guy Ritchie back to his form of Snatch, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels kind of feel. You'll like that. If you like those two movies, then you're going to like this movie too, because it feels like this is just follows right into that kind of feel, form, and tone. All right, that's it. The Gentleman. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments below if you liked it. And let's talk about it. All right, that's it. YouTube is recommending a video for you to watch right there. You can see my latest one just right up here. My name is James, and you're watching Mirror Domains. If you've liked what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe right there.